like to get the series started off on a positive note.
Yeah, the fact that they can even think about looking towards this one as their main pick sort of indicates that they have the confidence that their map pool is deep enough, and GXX will be able to take some of that confidence away. It's kicking things off in the pistol round with the Julie straight towards Norway. Quick headshot, quick kill.
Even Senna trying to get away from that heaven position, quick trade out towards that main position. But for B&E, what are they really working with here? You'd imagine that for forZe they could start slowing it down, start over-aggressing, and synopsy gets caught peering around from that ramp control.
Made noise though.
Yeah, the rotations can come through, but even GXX is wondering if it's safe to go down for the vents, whether they try to cut the rotations. This is a very good post plan for forZe.
It's slow walk down for GXX in center as Rigon gets involved first. Finds Kenzie. Great shot to kick things off. Zorti with a quick responsive swings out towards the vent, sees where Senna is. And now it's Jerry alone here at the observation stairs, swinging upon the man, doing his best to get the tag damage against him, and will get forced back outside of the window itself. Jump face gets the kill. GXX is forced forward, and we'll have plenty of time for this defuse. Here's a pistol for Bad News Eagles.
A little bit slower this time around into that lobby control. Another topside play, perhaps.
Very quick incendiary sent down. Nay is coming out, ducking away from Synopsy's part. Burst through on Kenzie, who gets that first kill. GXX and Rigon, very fast response alongside Juan Flatru. 3-on-2 situation, making it 1 and 9 as the sprays come back up for the M4s, and forZe's fast play. Crack angle not being spotted. Smoke comes in and Shalfie is mostly protected. He'll swing upon the likes of Synopsy, but Synopsy will get the kill. And Senna will be looking for a follow-up and runs out of ammo. He's perfectly placed against Jerry. The nade probably finishes the job there.
Things are looking excellent right now for B&E. Even another kill going down towards Zorti. Nori eventually finds a pick towards that ramp control, dealing with Senna, but now the lobby crunchers come in, he's sandwiched. Yeah,
faced in upon by the likes of Synopsy. It's going to be easy. That was just made by Kenzie, though. Adjustment made by Synopsy. Either way, 20 seconds left. Kenzie's not going to win the round. He will fight on. Well, Synopsy will get the kill for it. So, count once again on the force of investment, or at least a hero investment for the likes of Kenzie. It's a half buy outside of that. Or in GXX will get forced away, re-peeking towards Jerry as Juan Flatru is the man that starts things off.
Something that we saw in the last series of why X-Mad Lions had so much success on the city side, Jay, was those AKs being picked up. They've got a couple of them for the retake.
Now it's set. Deegan and Kenzie caught towards the outside. Rigon with that kill. Zorti and Norway able to respond. AWP sat for GXX in a 3-on-3 situation. Tagged up and now smoked off from the left-hand entrance. Rigon's running and GXX is trying to press the issue still. The AWP watching. Rigon's AK closes into the back lines. The backstab shut down by Shalfie's Deagle. Norway follows suit on the AK. And Synopsy in the 1 versus 3 can't hold on. forZe find the steal.
Pace getting down towards that lower bomb side. And while they lost the first player towards outside of Jerry, and Rigon catches the player towards the back of T-Red, that's a 3-on-5 recovery. The Tech 9 coming into profession, the Deagle 2, the AK getting... Rigon's got to be careful in case Kenzie just decides to walk through the smoke and catch him off guard.
You're behind the smoke instead, try to get towards Garage, and into credit card, he'll go! Flatru's down. Easy frag found there for Kenzie's part, and a very well-placed effort from him to try and find his way around the smokes and get the kill.
Now it's just so much distraction towards outside. Start letting them come towards him. And while Synopsy does find the trade, it opens up ramp control.
Yeah, the kill's found for Senna, only good for 1. Shalfie, quick responsive back. And now Rigon waiting for Norway next. Hearing footsteps and scopes. Not really much else other than that swing forward of Norway gets Rigon. And now the A site's completely opened up.
I think this has to be a save. This is such a difficult position in the 2v3. Synopsy's going to have a go at this. Doesn't know about the player towards the left-hand side. And that's going to call it. AWP just has to hold on. Strongest T sides in the playoff bracket in all when it comes to Nuke in the last 3 months from forZe. Have a round win percentage of 52.7. So Jerry should have dropped there. Should have been no way that he's able to make that happen. And now look at the exploitation towards ramp. Because Senna's rotated down to B, no one's holding ramp.
Start the walk forward, and the AWP of GXX will just about get here as Senna stands and fights towards the B site. Synopsy and GXX get 2 kills with the crossfire. Kenzie can force out a trade, but took a lot of damage for it. 10 points of health for him now. Zorti, other side of the map and everything. There is a kill for Kenzie that follows up towards GXX. So 3-on-2 situation. Now the 1 man towards ramp might be isolated. Kenzie still fighting as well, drawing all the attention back towards him. He does fall, and the bomb can commit to the A site, so it's Zorti in the 1v3 clutch.
Gonna be difficult opening up towards that vent position, and Rigon doesn't quite bait him out entirely.
Scope seen, Zorti gets out of dodge. Nanos are coming in from heaven as well. Isolates Synopsy, gets that frag. Rigon making his moves up top of the hut, but 1 Flatru comes in with heaven support and dives in to get the kill and the 5th round for B&E. Outside for Rigon, quickly facing ahead of the smoke, flashes in, forZe spots it, but still gets the kill and starts things off for forZe.
It's because he was so deep, and they've even heard forZe dropping down into the vent, but damage is still being done. The picks towards outside, it's so back and forth for the trades. Effort, trying to get as much impact onto center as possible. The molly's going to force him out into the open.
The rest towards the other vent entrance though, as Zorti picked the wrong one. He sent over with the incendiaries and nades. Pretty close to forZe, but not doing all that much damage. Don't know if it sailed over the fence or anything. Synopsis, you're just going to take the red to engagement and get the fight. Frag kicks things off on the right foot. forZe down. Jerry continues to swing and gets his trade.
Now the exploitation with the pace towards outside. GXX is getting a spot. Try and see if he can catch anything towards that garage position. Rigon's actually getting the backstab. It's being watched.
Oh, and Zorti's going to find Synopsis as well. GXX for the AWP, unchecked the demand, looks away, and Zorti disappears through the smoke and down into secret, 2-on-2. I'll make his way back in towards Squeaky Door, and they're going to try and look for the hunt overall. The Orp's got his back turns, the taps of Zorti bursting through with his teammate playing distraction at the top of the silo.
In heaven, and he's been the playmaker to cut rotates off, and now finds himself in a stance where he starts looking into heaven, and he's going to realize A is pretty open.
Smoke being set, the Deagle of Rigon, however, has other plans. A's not quite open with him standing there. Gets his kill, tags up Norway. And on Flatru now, back at Tetris, checked by Jerry. And Shalfie will cut off the other main entrance towards the site. The bomb will go down. And it probably should be a save call here. Senna's still pressing, and the gun barrel is seen. Somehow gets away with a kill on forZe. But at 1 HP, can't do much more. Maybe GXX might have a chance here, though.
I think you've got to go for it now. 2v2. This is so winnable, and Nori's stuck.
Norway's in trouble as well, low HP. The concern's going to be Senna though, and Shalfie will find it towards the outside. Now GXX will save.
Till the 2v4 starts coming into its action on the retake, that you start thinking to yourself, oh, okay, this actually is winnable.
And forZe will set up for the A hit again.
It's all down to these immediate entries, and even for GXX, he can put pressure down onto Jerry, perhaps drop the bomb, and there's the pick.
Big frag to a 5-on-3. Smokes to Mini, Molotov sent back to the backside. Flash goes over as well. Rigon's fully blind, but they can't capitalize upon the kill. He gets another one out of it. Norway traded back by GXX, and Zorti towards outside knows that he's got no chance in this 1v4. Also just can't seem to dislodge this lead from the CT side. It's all positives, of course, for against the AWP's position, so he will stay in play, and they'll have that much, something that B&E didn't have on their eco basis. Carry that forward into the next round, and there should be enough cash to go for a buy here on forZe's side.
And flashed around flat, we're aggressive.
Swing out from one, Flatru. GXX's flash support definitely aids him in that front, so a kill found. 5-on-4 gain, CT forces forcing forward, and GXX will fall to the hands of forZe. So an even man standing one more time on Flatru responds all the same. forZe down. Advantage maintained by B&E, but Jerry gets an unlikely frag onto Rigon towards the edge of the smoke. Synopsis spotted, his head's taking clean off, and the advantage goes the way of forZe now.
Just when it looked like it was a done deal, just when it looked like it was going to be an easy 8, forZe somehow come back into it. A beautiful double entry, and surely Shalfie gets this pick at main. Surely.
Oh, one Flatru, however, something to say about that against Jerry. The AWP pick is found, and Senna's left alone to clutch the round. Swinging out from heaven, sees the low HP Orpa, but Shalfie sees him first, connects his kill for the Eagles. On Flatru with the M4, Flash completely misses, and forZe will be the first casualty.
It was a deeper flash, trying to hold towards the stairs position. That time around it's better. Bring it back to that 4v4 start. Even Zorti with the bomb is going to drop it at the back of T-Red.
All right, good shot for GXX. The Deagle can still strike. That's great footsteps. Shalfie seen, Deagle pipes up, and Jerry comes in with Synopsis bailing out his teammate. The AKs have fallen in troves, and it's Shalfie now left in his own 1v4 clutch. Finds GXX at least, and gets Synopsis. So brought back to a manageable deficit, but a lot more work to do with one more player sneaking around the well on center. Shalfie's back's completely turned up, dead to rights to the M4, and B&E will just cinch the half at round 15. 8-7 though, forZe in with a nice great half after the break. Blocks nearest P is in as standard. Kevlar brought out by the CT forces. B&E gear and free access to the A site, so it's forZe on the retake.
Only a smoke, they don't have a flash to go with, and they might just send it straight in. Straight
for the USP Angels. Zorti seeing at least one player. GXX can strike, diving in against the man. Him and Synopsis combining to remove all elements here from the heaven control. Jerry has no idea what to do. Neither does Shalfie, as B&E are overwhelming forZe once again. And we down their 8th round, denying it for the forZe side. Bring up to 9 instead for B&E. Jerry just fighting hard to get some sort of survival or exit frag.
Come up from secret.
And Rigon is not looking the right way for this. Kenzie's not looking the right way either. But Rigon thinks he's completely safe. He tries to adjust against Zorti, and Zorti can find the one-for-one trade. Now, BNE start forcing their way to the upper site. GXX wraps the corner, Jerry's back's turned. Zorti turns that AK into a decent pick of his own right, and one flat true will find Norway in the meanwhile. So, 2 versus 3. The AK still a concern as Zorti fires it through the smoke, makes it a triple for him, and the bomb plant to be conceded.
Oh, very open. Zorti can beat with this, and he finds another kill in the round, Jay. He's on for the ace, and center is so low.
Being done to Shalfie here on the bomb. They'll try and tap it. Zorti now going to face in towards center's position. 5 seconds. He gets the wall bank spray. Zorti's got to chase around the corner. Center might stall for enough time. There's no kit in play, so there is no round for forZe. The ace does come out for Zorti, but it's just not enough.
It's going to get tapped again the second time on the bomb. Okay, he's going to make the rat play. He's going to come out from the door, and that's why he's not holding that aggressive angle in case for that play. To think how many kills came through from the spam, how much importance went down to that 1v2. Fair play to Sinner, seeing absolutely nothing.
He's got info from that flashbang. Synopsy faces him, and the AK is now discovered. They'll go hunting for him, and he'll try to get some more damage, which will be successful in doing so, but not a massive amount of it. The Deagle is Shalfie. Now I'm going to go hunting, try to grab that AK if at all possible, up to the Heaven Wrap. Find a vertical flank.
I like this from Nori. Get aggressive in from the squeak door with the Zeus. Try and minimize the distance. Even Shalfie's waiting for the lurk towards outside. It's a matter of timing and positioning.
Doesn't see him. Does now. Headshot to the 3-on-2. One more T-side players out on the loading at the edge of the hut. 10 seconds. Bomb plant of GXX could be denied so quickly. He's checked all the corners except the one that the CTs are holding from. Upper Heaven, Shalfie holding for a flank, comes through center, gets that kill, and it's brought back by BNE just about here. AK spray comes up against Norway, and it's all left to Jerry, who can't hold on. I have no idea how BNE fought their way back into that.
Important in a round like this, and forZe know it. Being a man down, they're getting aggressive. They're peering into lobby.
NC has one player's back turn, center court, 4-on-4. Checking the top of Rupert, hearing one flat true, trying to get that kill, but Kenzie's taken back instead alongside Rigon's frag on Norway. Or Zorti brings back at least one pick, but his backup has all but fallen apart. The bomb from GXX knows he's got enough time to go all the way to Directive Fight. Synopsy looks back towards that squeaky door. Molotov sent in, swing out from Zorti. Rigon, nade coming in close, will land a little bit too deep, so Synopsy might give up the fight. Indeed he does. Rigon so low, but now so is Zorti. 7 and 9 HP. And it's manageable for Rigon to just about get the round together for BNE again. And given the fact it's 13-7 with BNE being only 3 away from victory, surely this is the round that forZe have got to stand and fight for.
Gotta imagine so. BNE, oh, they're gonna send it. This is pacey.
Center straight up, Matt 10 in, spots Kenzie's head and takes the man down. Focusing now on the next player out towards the Hell entrance. That's Zorti with 1 and 2, looking for the triple sequence, and the USP's pulled out against 1. M4 now out with the bomb in no man's land. The CTs are fighting to gain it back though. One flat true swings up, gets a double, and forZe fought so hard to get the significant man advantage that falls apart anyway here. HP above both. But Synopsy on will slow things down.
Forget forZe striking hard, Jay. What about Zorti? This...
Oh, the AK in his hands needs the perfect taps to the perfect CT players. Shalfie is one of them. But the M4 comes up better first, and forZe finally break the streak, finally get their CT side started.
Position, Kenzie, it's all a matter of timing and how aggressive he gets.
Synopsy seen, the M4 does not find the fight. Instead finds one flat true and turns around all Synopsy in the end. So, order is restored in the server for the time being. Rigon and Senna will try fight back regardless here. Of course, it's forced investment status, and Rigon's going to fight on with decent shots of the Deagle. So now Kenzie's dropped, and the B side's pretty open now. Onto itself. Giving more breathing room for the CT side, who will start to rotate here. That bomb plant coming in. Rigon. Oh, he hits footsteps, he goes for the swing, he gets Zorti, oh, he gets Nori as well! forZe about to lose to a force by Senna, is turned around by the SMG of Jerry. A one-on-one with Rigon on 4 points of health. He started this round, he'll now have to end it for the T side. Back at dark, Jerry has no idea, has not seen the bomb, smokes the cross, back will be turned towards the man Rigon. Not willing to pop out just yet, Jerry. When is the timing good? Making footstep noises, Rigon swings and wins it with an ace that shuts down the follow-up for forZe. What a disaster for them.
Nuke for a good reason, and that round, Jay, is where he comes into his own. Bottom fragging for B&E, but steps it up on the steal. The opening pick towards outside with the dig, and then the controlled aggression down towards lower, out to the double doors, but it's this play. It's aggressing on the post blood, it's multi-fragging down at ramp, and then coming through with the clutch when it needs it the most. B&E. And
forZe will try and utilize their own force invest to get control back. They won their first CT round with a force buy, and it's no different right here. Just a little bit extra bonus weapons, and zorti will be able to follow up against one Flattery. The first frag was turned in on Jerry, but it's a 4-on-4 now.
GXX knows that there's a slight pair in that lobby control, so keep an eye on it. Senna's gonna drop. This is more lobby success, and Shafi towards the outside is caught off the scouts.
GXX strikes back hard. It's here and Rigon still left in play. Dropping in for the T-side player. Nori's heard that. He knows that he's on the roof. The bomb should get recovered, but where does it go?
Oh, Nori's gonna peek. This could be the fight back. GXX is desperate.
Swing. And a hit. Directly to the head, and Rigon's found the other two CTs, and he's found a player up at heaven. Backed up. Shelfie's dead. Not again. forZe did everything to gain the man advantage, and now they're about to concede it all. Rigon's on for the double, and that's exactly what he gets.
Back towards that lobby control, and for forZe, they need to get in quickly.
Lashed in for Jerry. Backup's also up in heaven. Makes his move. Wins the fight on Senna. Reduces them to 2. One Flattery down low HP. GXX, however, with a kill. And was once again left to 1. Reducing one more player. Looking for more out towards the hut. But it's back to turn to Jerry. Up in the rafters. The kill will come through. And forZe will just stay alive. Damage done by the early AK of GXX. Rigon's deadly Deagles lurking towards the outside again. Trying to spot for Shalfie as zorti is the first player to fall. That's already a bad start. They all swing on Norway. Not again, lads. It's another force by half by Piston Investment, but fortunately, Kenzie, Shalfie, and Jerry will hold up the trades and keep B&E at bay.
Shafi's got a peek. He's low HP. Gonna get dunked out by the nade. Has to try and fight out from credit card. And Senna's trying to work in from Brad. Rigon's just got to stay alive.
Oh, no.
And he deals with Kenzie as well.
Not again, guys, please. Give some sanity to me. Rigon's checking and he's got the kill. It's 16-9 for forZe. B&E picked into this map up, so fighting from the back foot early on in this one. USPs and locks pulled out. A P250 for GXX. Not in raid boss for this one.
Jerry might get caught off, getting very aggressive. Flattery on the other side, an exchange of bullets and a little bit of damage, but it doesn't really show what's going on. 3 players coming through with mid, and it's going to be an A split.
Forcing a man back, but Jerry re-aggresses and does catch Flattery on the way out of the round. So start off with first blood drawn. zorti follows suit to Synopsis. Senna's going to get caught by Kenzie. Taps forward. Rigon finds his responsive. Dealt with by Jerry's part. GXX in the 1 versus 4. Taps on the P250. Trying to fight on back. This one does get 1 trade. That's all that he gets on this one. 4 triple boost. GXX is waiting as Rigon tries to spot at the edge of the smoke. We'll get taken down, but GXX has started and will follow up. And these Deagles becoming the bane of existence for forZe once again. They do trade back on the bomb carrier, so 3v3 and time is stalled for.
Bombs out in the open though. They're going to have to really fight for this. Even Flattery deals with that player, Shalfie. Quick rotate in from spawn directly.
This will be like number 3 or number 4 at this point of B&E force buys. forZe swinging out for Norway, will get the kill for Senna. GXX playing close, will give up his life, and Norway almost gets the triple for it, but Juan turns it back around, leaves it all on zorti. 9 HP for the clutch. Creeping in closer towards that CT spawn. M4 turned away. zorti slow walks. 1 flat true, will hear the bomb tap. Only once, no kit on zorti. Time is ticking, and 1 swings with the HP advantage. You can win that fight every day of the week. It's a conversion gain by B&E. The plant even jump face as Jerry starts to fall back out of dodge, so not even going to be much contention there. Norway will strike on the short player, so they will lose Flattery. And they'll lose Rigon. Hold on. 4 on 3. B&E better back off here.
Oh, okay. Things are getting awkward. GXX is going to have to fight, Jay. He's going to have to cut the rotates, and he's already down at 44 points of health. B&E should have backed off, but he does get the kill. The headshot not quite as effective on zorti. He's doing the damage. The SMG having the bomb in his sights. GXX forced to reposition. Flash turn away from the zorti. See him? I don't think he did.
He did, certainly did now. Tap on the bomb. Spray through the MAC-10 center that's come up good against him and should hold the round for it and take the second player as well. Triple, not quite found. forZe back in play for the forZe camp. One downstairs, or he was underpass. Jerry picked up by Synopsy again. 9 HP to start things off, but he has found the opener here for BNE.
Even Flatterer is just walking over towards A, catching a timing. Kenzie's been seen. So it comes down to that initial trade, bring it back to a 4v4, start working that underpass control. Synopsy's so low on HP, though.
That's the concern, really, for BNE. The fact that they're in a 4-on-4 scenario and the trade will be so simple. And there it is, Shalfie, simple headshot. Didn't need to get the headshot. Kenzie needed to find the gap, and that's what he'd do. Regon now the drop. BNE. A 2v4 scenario, which usually I'd be worried about, considering how many times we've seen them bring these back, however, over on Nuke. I'm not 100% sold that this is a forZe round yet.
This is looking very good from forZe. That intention on fighting down towards the bottom of connector works out successfully. And now they can just play a passive. Zorti's even making a slight info play towards Palace, not seeing anything. Nori back over at B in the apartments, isn't spotting anything either. And now hearing some of the nades in connector should pull the info over.
Just above that smoke, Kenzie didn't quite spot GXX. It looked like from GXX's angle it wasn't going to work out for him. Now Senna walks in, crosshair is right there, player seen. GXX does slip by undetected, but the bomb's been dropped and Kenzie's going to hunt for him even further. Hoping to expect some CT aggression, which he will get. It's a case of whether they start overfacing first. Bomb being left out there, flashbang forward. Kenzie waits as Rigon strikes on Norway first. Kenzie can get a 1 kill. Rigon, however, quick trade back at underpass.
Just a really good crunch coming through there from BNE. Striking presence from underpass and top mid at the same time. Even Flatterer is expecting some aggression to come from ramp, spotting the feed. On the drop down, should be dealt by with Jerry.
Didn't expect him to be there. Now Rigon, with the trade potential, doesn't quite line up the spray. So GXX is all that remains. 1 on 2, bomb on his back. Coming in the walls, that short control. Has a bit of time to play with here.
Got to hope that he doesn't get spotted at all by Jerry. Knows that he was out towards the A side, so he's going to keep the pre-aim up to that triple and CT angle. And Jerry has not actually come back over, so there's a lack of information that he's leaning to B right now.
Thinks he might be going out from ramp control. How to discover incorrectly, especially Zorti's part. And the market doorway swings.
To control, get them up to ladder, try and force over rotations from the CT side. And if Synopsy drops Nori, that's pretty much the round done.
Shadow scene gives away the game, allows the easy pick to come forward. He swings on Shalfie as well. And now Zorti's left alone to clutch this 1v4. Does land that first pick and that second. Okay. Round is back on for forZe once again. Rigon unknown behind the danger box. And Zorti slows it down himself.
That bomb's going back out towards A. And for Zorti, it's about the reposition. Probably about catching Rigon before spotting that bomb. That's got to how he's really do it.
Watching Palace, hearing those footsteps, smoke down to provide a bit of cover. Allowing that plant to come in for him. Doesn't see where Rigon's at. Side turned away, heard the scope of GXX on the site itself. Just doesn't know where to look, does not know how to act. Making noise out to Tetris now, will reveal his position as Rigon moves in. GXX is not seen, he's not going to need to be seen as Rigon gets the kill instead and brings.
He's done very well on this CT side just by adding up his numbers. Again, trying to replicate what he was able to do in that first map, Jay. Try and be a key entity. And knowing that you're a map down, knowing that you've now got a position to try and claw your way back in, you want consistency. And as of right now, even though Zorti doesn't win the round, he is still providing that for his team.
Face in and get the kill towards Rigon, so advantage for forZe. And Senna's thinking of extending out to the stairs at Tetris. Might consider the jump phase, but there's so many CTs around here, and they can just get trading so quickly.
Oh, they keep fighting. GXX is even aggressive with the bomb and the AWP on his pouch. Nori coming in from the backline, some CT. For BNE, Jay, it was a lack of map control. And very aggressive. Nori's got the idea, at least.
Orb set and ready for the shot. No flash against him. Senna's picked up, hearing the player drop down as well. Looks up and does walk into the hands of GXX the same. So similar story on the return face. Orb still looking at the market door, trying to catch Jerry, and that's exactly what he does. 2 on 2. Zorti's Orb still in play for the retake, though.
It's all about this backstab and how it comes through. Zorti's got to pull enough distraction to allow Kenzie to get into a good position. They've got a kid to work with, they can slow it down.
Zorti making noise as Kenzie is going to get caught, and it's all on the Orb now. CT 1v2 clutch on, missing the sitter on Synopsy. Allows the headshot to come through on the AK, and here. Palace entrance, 3 players around that corner. Could be a very messy fight indeed.
Lovely off angle, and even Snopsy's going to drop. That's going to be the commitment. Only gets away with one, but spots so much information.
And then A comes in for kenzie. One's dead. And GXX is tagged as well. Senna in from the Tetris position, spotted by zorti, and he won't miss that one. GXX alone. Facing him, will catch that player, but a quick swing from kenzie will immediately respond to anything we've seen so far. forZe. We can lock that in against the Galils on two individuals here for the T-side line. kenzie's AK is spotted or spraying blindly onto one. Registers GXX in the end as zorti and Norway, and zorti come up good. The frags between the two, leaving Senna left alone. 1 versus 4 situation. All the kills pouring the way of forZe. The AK left on short to be swung upon. Does get the one trade. Needs to get 3 more in this one, and with it being so close, it just seems so unlikely. But as they offer up 1v1 duels, headshot taps won't get landed. So yes, it will be 10-5 for forZe at the turn of their CT side. Are there better days behind them though? We'll find out after the break.
Making an example.
He's backed up by one of the top fraggers in the last map in zorti as well, backing up for the pistol round. BNE on the CT side defensive. They all rush out the apartments, and Senna can line up several headshots, but only gets the one for the time being. Flashed out of Apsis, one Flatru comes up with his headshot, and backup has truly arrived for the CT side. GXX comes up with a kill. Synopsy with 1 more, and zorti is left last man standing. Picks up a second on Synopsy. Drive by out of the window, grabbing the bomb. And rotating away. He's on for the ace clutch.
This is doable. It really is. Present the frag up towards top mid. Needs to get his gun out, but Rigon's going to be there fighting to the punch. 6 on the board for Bad News Eagles.
Frag at least. kenzie down, the boost up out towards the underpass entrance. Well placed and well done. And Rigon will follow suit. Jerry will be there for the trade back, and a Famata Synopsy can't stabilize a decent headshot. So a 3-on-3. One Flatcher, however, regains the advantage.
Gets very scrappy in the mid control. BNE just sending bodies to just consistently fight up towards top mid, out to connector, and eventually they come out on top. Oh, zorti though, that's a big frag on the center. No,
He will be heard, so the bomb goes down safely. AK's to pick up. He's actually going to go towards the B site here on shore. About to get caught up by Norway. The same, the spray is good for him. But a quarter from zorti in this round. Got 4 players out here in total on the CT side, so kind of a stack involved. Rifle for 5-7 in particular. Jerry walking into one of them, and one now has a free AK to work with. Norway swung upon as well. The AK spots him, and it's going to be 2 simultaneous kills for BNE. Locking out the round, bringing in number 8, forZe. Nothing to worry about it for zorti. Galil on kenzie with a limiting factor, and Han Flatru will again kick things off against Shelfie. Norway does swing back to get the kill to center and trade things back to allow the entries to come through out towards the ace side. Han's on site though. Spray comes up good against Jerry. Caught on the reload. Norway can get the trade back to a 3-on-3.
even kenzie's spotting so much open space from that top of connector position, looking up the stairs, and Synopsy's got to make a decision whether he aggresses or not. GXX even blinded gets one.
Oh, Rigon sprays through and taps up zorti with the AWP, leaving kenzie alone, making a ton of noise, forcing the issue out towards jungle. Will get picked up. Good for Rigon, leaning into the CT, double up. Look towards the apartment, face Synopsy, caught by Jerry, however. forZe punishing that aggression. The incendiary thrown down might force Jerry out, and Rigon domes him with the AWP. Needs back up to get here though, because the T's are also en route to the site, and Rigon can't last forever.
Pays the price. Flatru trying to come through. Doesn't know about the player towards the left-hand side. Being swung on. Needs to try to adjust. At least his teammates there for support. In from center.
There's bait and switch with the footsteps being heard. zorti lands the AWP, picking the note. Centers out here towards Market. He'll get the spray against the man, but that bomb's going to go back towards the A side. Shalfie is extremely low, so Senna could reduce this to a 1v1 if he spots the man, which he does do so. It's Eagle facing around the corner. He's such low HP. A single bullet's all he needs, and that far. Swing out. Got to make a move now. No further util. Tap on the bomb. Looks out towards jungle. His back's turned though. Senna looking the wrong way. And that missed util could have thrown the whole round down for BNE. One CT player isolated. Backed up on the defensive. It's Rigon. Standing so far here on this map up, seeing zorti lining up on Norway, doing tons of damage, but not the kill. Shalfie also lurks in connector. Sees one, gets his kill, and Senna's left alone.
forZe are really putting down the hurt now, knowing that it's a couple of rounds in a row, trying to target that economy. 4 players alive too for the CIS squad.
Second one also on the way. Scout, the GXX watching and waiting. And for the center, still watching for Jerry, gets the kill back. Tanks some damage. The Scout is a known entity. And now the CTs have rotated up here. Bomb looks to go down. Swing upon for Juan. Flat True needs to get the killing, and that's what he does. Now down to 2 players at the T side. Norway's one of them. Strikes onto Flat True. Rigon and GXX, however. Quick kill and nade to follow it up. And gain control for BNE.
The HG going towards Connector could do some damage onto Kenzie, and it does.
And they're just over 80. Jerry, similar story. Flat True strikes with the kill itself, though, up in Palace. Removes that angle from play. Does make noise that he's in a dark, and Kenzie will fight onto him. Get the kill. Swing with his teammate to check Sniper's nest. Jerry strikes on center as GXX. His AWP gets the 1 frag. Swings for the second and gets that 3rd instead. Jerry, bomb on site, though, in the middle of the smoke. Shelfie finds his pick back over on short. Rig on to fall. And GXX playing a dangerous game up close and personal with the AK. Synopsy hunting for this mid player, and the AWP's caught looking the wrong way. It's Synopsy now to clutch it all. Sees Jerry, and the spray is good for damage, not for the kill. It's map point forZe.
They've really put the pressure on. Another quick play, missed window smoke, but Nori into Connector fast.
Synopsy's gonna get caught for it. Smoke down against GXX, who can strike back, but Kenzie's caught Juan Flat True elsewhere on the map. They're going to storm the B site. It's Rigon alone with his deadly deagle. Got to be deadlier than it's ever been before, and he gets nothing for it. Senna alone in the 1v4. For Marcel, faced in upon, spray through for Kenzie, and that's 16-12 for the forZe camp, holding control of the opposing map pick and doing a far better job here than they did over on Nuke. Their way straight up into the brackets control, out towards long. Jerry on site will be the only player back here. They went for a bit of a banana stack, so as a result, he's got to get a kill, and he can't quite do so.
GXX trying to see if he can cut the rotates up towards that library position, ends up getting clotheslined, and now forZe can set themselves up for the retake.
Kenzie leaning in, does not see the player behind the quad wall. Rigon can swing, get the frag that gets the advantage, but Zorti returns fire almost immediately. 3-on-3, Synopsy is low, so forZe have that to work from going into this retake, and time is ticking away from the Norway. Strikes, Flat True comes up good to a 2-on-2 once again. Swings out to get Shelfie next, and Zorti tags so heavily, down to 26. His USP, watching sight, knows that Flat True's out here, knows where center is as well. Back's turn, no time left, no Kitlin play. He'll go back and save.
Trying to do his best to try and get any further fights from this brackets position. Flatroo having an unbelievable pistol. Force Spy is still going to have to be a round that they look at and be a difficult one. Double play up in the 1st and 2nd oranges, and actually Zorti's going to be the first one to fall. B-Stack involved, Jerry overextending, and Synopsy cancelling.
Because, of course, 2 players revealing their hand over on the B site means there can only be 1 man over towards A, so overwhelm Kenzie. Scout. Low HP for him. He's sitting on the site itself. The nades back towards this pit position will do nothing for the BNE side. Kenzie going with 1 decent pick. That'd be great. He does find it. The Synopsy responds.
Shafi and Nori just have to hold on to their weapons, save it into the next round. And for BNE, it's a very good mid-round call. You start realizing the idea we're running into a slightly heavier stack. It's not a massive stack. There's only 3.
That's the best that they can really ask for here. Only a MAC 10 lost by BNE as well. A couple of them in play for them.
That volley's going to force Jerry away, make it more uncomfortable, but forZe are hearing a lot of these footsteps in the bottom of Banana, and they're not retaking.
Alfie and Kenzie turning away from. 1 player drops down. Is a dead man to the hands of Kenzie. Norway with his double up. Rigon trade back 2 players, but he can't hold on forever. Shelfie on the center of the site, still not dealt with. GXX left alone. Bomb dropped in. Pit will face around the corner, but Shelfie will get a triple and lock out the defensive line for forZe. Done to Flat True very early on to this round. Rigon also sprayed down, dealt with. GXX spotted by Norway, but he runs out of ammo.
No
and
way.
2 kills return for the T side. All right, then. We'll work with that. Flat True certainly will. Kenzie's dropped.
And though they put some pace on, try and grant an opening man advantage. You can see Kenzie slowly walking down mid. GXX is actually spotting for this.
Flat True will fall first and foremost. Shelfie can turn the situation around against Senna and Rigon with Norway's support on the flashbang. It's a 4 versus 2, so the round goes from winnable to almost completely decided at this stage. Synopsy does charge out towards the A side, try to buy a lucky line in, but just unable to win the single fight against Kenzie. 2 HP. This clutch is still on for the man. Smoked across all, the Molotov sent in as well. Shelfie, however, catches him with the bomb in his hand. GXX playing a little bit too quickly and a little
desperate for an overswing to come through from the brackets position. Not happening just yet. Kenzie's going to fall, but Nori's there quickly for the trade.
Snub's going to get that AK back in his hand and try to do some damage with it. Swing out for Norway, however. The man gets caught off, unsuspecting, thinking that Incendiary is for him to fall back. Smoke's being sent down now as FlatTrue peeks into a gap that Shalfie can exploit. He gets back to the site as well. The AWP leaning in so close to GXX. Doesn't look towards the first box and does get overwhelmed for it. The AWP no-scope does not land. Shalfie leaning in, sees FlatTrue. Kenzie's ready, but he still loses the fight. At least there's a trade onto his backup. 1-for-1, responsive as FlatTrue will fall to the hands of Zorti. The USP picking up a wallbang. That must have been for the apartments, right? Not like it matters. GXX is still striking. Picks up the player at the cross, and Jerry now trying to solo defend this B site. Will get flashed away as backup arising. Khan as Jerry is caught back. The headshot connecting from GXX, and now Shalfie back site doing some damage to center and the GXX. Shalfie leaning in, half the time ticked away. There's the headshot, and Zorti's now left to save. He's being hunted as well. The AWP doesn't escape this alive, I don't think. Backed up in a corner, the firing squad takes him down.
Aggressive maneuver, high risk, high reward. Definitely a lot of damage coming through, but yeah, just a wallbang shot from Zorti to get that trade. And then you saw out towards the B site how important these couple of kills were from GXX.
Cross. Molotov's in from the T and CT side to try to deny some sort of vision. Swing back from Shalfie, gets the kill, adjusts towards FlatTrue, can't quite get the double up. Jerry steal that one away. Synopsy swings and gets Norway the same. Kenzie, however, with the M4, comes up the back and removes both players in play.
You'd imagine is going to get a lot of pace towards him.
Stack of T's to line up on the spray. One found, two found, only two. Yeah, Kenzie, but be careful not to lose that weapon to the T side line, especially now there's an M4 in position. Has been made. FlatTrue checks it as the smoke clears, gets the kill. Jerry swings on one, sees Senna, and Rigon can adjust alongside Senna's support. Zorti left alone, and BNE have stolen the round.
How does this keep happening?
He needs to wake up. forZe need to step up. Swing out from Shalfie is gonna lose his life first. Senna takes him down. Now it's all left to one man on the back of the apartment's face here. Kenzie all alone on the A defensive. He falls. His teammates have got to go for the retake in a 3-on-5 scenario. Rigon swings, and at least Kenzie will get that kill drop. The bomb tries stall for time. Synopsy, however, kills back GXX in towards the apartment. Will cut the rotates, get one and two. Triple up. Surely this will be a stellar way to close the half, and he's hunting for it. He wants it, and that's what he'll get. 10-5 for BNE on the turn of the T side. forZe are in trouble as we go to the second. Enough to try and hold off against the T side line, force them to rotate into the four-man stack, and now dismantle that stack to try to go for the rotation. FlatTrue caught off by Shalfie. Zorti gets Senna through the smoke. It's a 5-on-3 in GXX. We'll be able to fight back, try and get anything towards the back wall of the back site, but just unable to connect the kills themselves.
Even Nori not getting aggressive when he hears that reload. Snopsy diving into the side. Rigon being the last one left to try and see if he can manage anything together, but being goosed up in the process. 2 HP. That's going to be a pistol round coming through from forZe.
On Rigon, FlatTrue has so many players around that corner. Scout of GXX is watching. FlatTrue tempting face around that corner. Finally gets spotted out by Shalfie. Swing out for the headshot on one man. Shalfie trading. Senna now left with his backup. Third man also on the way in. Senna does get that kill towards Jerry. Keep it in a 3-on-3 situation. They're doing pretty decently well. The headshots land, the scout shots land, the HP compounds, and Noise in a 1v3 to try clutch this, and GXX will finish the job. He started so well.
Quite got another pick.
So they're ready. Jerry swinging forward the Tech 9. Burst through, there's the kill on the Tech 9 itself. Synopsy will get traded by Shalfie, so a 3-on-3 has been gained, and they'll try press onto the B site.
forZe are actually pretty slow to taking B. This has allowed so much time from the 2 CTs in spawn of FlatTrue and GXX to get over to B. This is actually a very good chance now for BNE to put the force back down.
GXX will get the kill on the one man, drop that bomb, get traded by Shalfie all the same, and FlatTrue. Footsteps heard, Shalfie in graveyard. Both players making their moves up, making no qualms about this. FlatTrue will get caught first, and the second kill comes up good. One back turn was all you need. forZe back on track.
Eek.
Rigon's off angle hasn't been accounted for either. forZe better be ready to swing upon it. Just towards it. Or just read it and deal with it in general. The lurk out towards A site is dismantled. Kenzie going to join his teammates. Flash in, sees where Rigon is. They do dismantle, leave it all to the backside player. forZe with a lot of work to be done. Won't get checked by Jerry. The back's turned. He gets a double for it anyway, and that makes it manageable. As Rigon swings, transfers his spray. synopsy finds Norway through the smoke, and now Kenzie's left alone. The lurker now to be the clutcher with 25 seconds on the clock. Senna will see that bomb. Think there might be a backstab in. Kenzie spots him, sprays, but doesn't connect the headshot. And BNE find the 12th.
They're down by 1. They're playing 2 on a boost up towards CT, so they just think the back of the side's clear. They're thinking they're splitting the bomb sites evenly. 2 on A, 2 on B. What they don't know is that there's 3 there from BNE. And
they're slowing this down.
GXX has been very careful not to overswing, but he might get caught from the apartments. Look, he's on 5 points of health now, and eventually he's going to fall.
forZe was the hero in the last round. Will he be the hero in the defensive this time? synopsy might be caught off. forZe, kill found, drops off, doubles up, needs to get the triple in the quadrant perhaps. Indeed, he locks out 3, turns around, but Shalfie with a trade, and now it's all on Rigon here.
We've seen how good Shalfie's been, but rather than getting the bomb down straight away, he wants to try and take a fight, and Rigon's coming mono.
15 seconds to do so, though. M4 swings. Shalfie seen, but the bullets don't land to the kill itself. Flash in will be evaded. The bomb plant will be secure behind the default box, and Rigon's just charging straight forward up at Graveyard. Shalfie has no idea where to look. He's pre-firing it, though! And he gets his headshot to keep forZe in with a triple. Stop the initial push. The second wave of util comes down, though. Smoke set. And here they come. Rigon boosted up, looking for his kills here. Kenzie not seen yet. Now he is. Adjust towards Norway. Gets the trade back. USP pulled out, but the double comes in for the AK. A 3-on-3 situation. forZe ahead of the curb. Denies that bomb plant just about. A 3-on-2 for BNE, and backups rotating in towards Banana. forZe holds his nerve, and now the CT should be her. GXX, quick swing. Can't adjust. Zorti trades it, and the M4 peeks back up for a decent kill. It's centered in the backstab, though, leaving it all on Norway to clutch. 7 seconds. Got to go for the first plant. Taps it once, forcing the CTs forward, forcing out the kills, but only gets 1 as BNE clinch desperately onto the lead.
Up towards the top of the half wall, a lot of utility being thrown down, but instead, forZe want to take brackets.
Mass stack, 1 forZe. Here's the footsteps. They've all went right past him. He had the perfect chance, but just struck too early. And now GXX is off. Got to step up big time. Gets the first, misses the second. But there's one more player in the apartments going for a bigger backstab. A 4-on-3 for forZe to BNE commit to this.
Oh, surely they do. Senna fights Jerry out to the open 3v3. You've got to have the confidence to go for it.
Shallow smoke, SMG of synopsy steps up, sees Shalfie, Nays turned away from, AK swing, struggles, Senna trades, it's Zorti now alone on site, doesn't know where to look, and Rigon makes up for his past mistakes, makes up the difference in this round, 14 to BNE. No way forward for forZe. Not until they're ready. Molotovs coming in. Smoke's being sent down, engagement for synopsy's awkward, but it comes up with a decent kill. Rigon finds Jerry, backup also starts the rotation back for the CT side. Kenzie shoulder baiting as synopsy comes up with support, makes it a triple, and forZe are getting picked apart perfectly by BNE.
This streak is
True, and synopsy don't have a Molotovs, they're going to challenge him directly. Check side, check pit. Kill found, that's disastrous. $750 for Shalfie. 2 players to stand by. Rigon sees nothing. Senna hears everything. synopsy out towards Cross, and Jerry overwhelmed. synopsy gets 2, 3 on the spray. Tech9 pulled out for the quadra, and it's Jerry alone looking for that rifle, looking for the bomb, running right into the CT's clutches. Taps it once, needs to pull out that gun. Here they come, wrapping the corner, and it's Rigon delivering the final blow. forZe, I've got some bad news for you. The Eagles have landed into the semi-finals of Republeague.